I mean, there's a variety of ways to visit a country like this, but I can't think of a better one. Having Kenyan hosts and experiencing the country, with people who were born and raised here, it makes it so much richer an experience. I know people who have come here as tourists on their own, and done the touristy things, and that's a very different experience from the one I had, and I wouldn't trade it. Because I wanted to experience Kenyan life, not just to see the sights and go home with souvenirs. It was everything I hoped it would be. An adventure full of new experiences, cultural immersion, food I've never had before, a type of city environment that was unfamiliar, so different from home. The food was a highlight. People, music, the whole running element. It's a long list. I could go on and on. Like things that happen daily here, or more than once a day, would be highlights. For me, because I am such a running geek. When we were visiting Iten, the home of champions, where many of Kenya's top runners train, I had heard that former world record holder Wilson Kipsang had a business close by to where we were staying. So I just walked down there, walked in, asked if I could see him, was shown into his office, and spent 45 minutes with a guy who is kind of a sporting hero to me.
Yeah.
So that was a major highlight. Another one was when we were traveling in some of the rural areas, we stopped and visited some of Corey, your mother's relatives, and were cooked a meal that was made entirely out of foods grown and raised on that property, which was just super cool. As a food guy, a nutrition guy, I really got a charge out of that. For a while I actually had trouble sleeping here because I think I was just so stimulated by the newness. Everything was just exciting to me that I had a hard time just switching this thing off and going to sleep. I love the Kenyan people and the Kenyan culture because I was tremendously impressed by the patience of the Kenyan people, by the sociability, the warmth, the friendliness, just how comfortable people are with a relaxed approach to things. It's really, in my experience here, really hard to wear out the patience of a Kenyan. But I think that's really healthy, and America's so the opposite of that. I found that the people I met seemed to have all day for me, no matter who they were or in what circumstances I encountered them. That people were friendly and eager to have a conversation, share a meal. One thing is that I really felt that the trip was well paced. That we covered a lot of ground in 2 weeks, but not too much. I wouldn't have wanted to stay in Nairobi for the whole 2 weeks. I mean, you could. There's enough to explore, but who knows when I'll be back. So I wanted to see more than just Nairobi. But you can also only do so much in 2 weeks without overextending yourself and feeling as if you're just racing by. I thought that it was a really well-paced agenda. If you want, just the real Kenyan experience, this is the way to go.